Welcome to Ken's Corner Podcast, Season 4.
Hey everyone, this is Ken Judge back here on Ken's Corner Podcast, Sports Timeout. And we're here today with a musician, a little unlikely for a sports podcast, but we'll tie that into what we're talking about here today. Meet Sarah Ranson. Hi, Sarah. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great. On the early day of Leafs Battle of the Ontario coming up in I don't know if you have any allegiance to a hockey team. Do you follow hockey?
I do, and I'm definitely a Leafs fan.
Thank you for
Which
saying.
right now is working out well for me.
As you can see, so am I. We're going to touch on a bit of your musical background. I know you were on the Stouffville Bulletin. I watched that interview. That was a great interview with your son and one, I believe his name's Dave Bills, that you were with at the time. Let's talk about your past and what brought you to wanting to be a singer that seems to be all over the place right now.
That's a great question. So I grew up not really singing very much at all. I did a little bit in high school. And then when I was in university, I went to a lot of karaoke bars, and it's kind of and then I was always singing in the car, and then people at the karaoke would just, tell me, "Oh, you have talent. You should try doing, going further with it." But then I was a competitive skater, so we'll probably get to that too. And so that's what my focus was on. And so I didn't really pursue it. And then I don't know, like just continuing with the karaoke, and then in COVID, became bandmates with Dave. We met at a friend's backyard sort of gathering because we couldn't gather indoors, and there was a campfire and guitar. And then, so that's how music started for me, more, I did it way more than I did it before. More regularly was the word I was looking for. And and then we started playing at various places, and then Dave and I just went our separate ways, and then I started singing with my friend Jen, and that's where I'm at now. Ruby Tuesday, yes.
Name, I think, is the name of your group is Ruby Tuesday, and that
right.
That brings back a lot of memories. That name, it's a really good name. I want to get to your sports side of you a little bit here. You said you were a competitive skater. Let's talk about your life in competitive skating.
Sure. So I grew up figure skating. When I was 11, I made the switch over to synchronized skating. So not a lot of people still know much about it, but back then nobody really knew anything about it. But I love team sports, so it was like the place that I wanted to be. I wasn't a great jumper, so single skating wasn't really my jam. But the team skating, it's like ice dancing, but with 16 to 20 other skaters. So I started doing that, and then when I was 22, I competed at the World Championships for that. And that was the highlight for me in that field, that career, not really a career because it's not a career, but and then I stopped doing it because I had children. Then I played hockey on and off for like 10 years because hockey was a sport where if I couldn't make it because, I had the kids or whatever, then they can go on without you, but skating, they can't. So I just couldn't commit to that. And then I went back into synchronized skating just like about a year and a half ago. And there I competed at the World Masters Games, which in Italy in January 2024. Yeah, that was really, really fun.
Congratulations.
Tell
me, does all your skating ability, how did that translate to the ice for you for hockey?
So the skating was pretty easy. Obviously it took a little bit of an adjustment switching from figure skates to hockey skates, but it wasn't too difficult. So I could skate really well. It just took me a little while to get the other part, the shooting and the passing, but yeah, I did okay.
That's amazing. Thank you. Now you're wearing our hometown Stouffville Spirit
Yes,
shirt
I
right
am.
there. Let's tie this into the start for you in your work with the Stouffville Spirit. You're actually sing the anthem for us at the Spirit Games.
I
Can you
do, yeah.
talk a little bit about how you got involved with the Stouffville Spirit?
Yeah, so I think that started as well when I was singing with Dave, and I think Jim Mason got us our first you know performance at the Spirit game, and then from there I just kind of became solo, and um, he just asked me to come back a bunch of times. And then the other thing that was really cool is that this year Jen and I were able to perform in the parking lot before the games in the fall when it wasn't super cold outside. So we had some people that were able to hear our music before I went in and sang the anthem. So it was really neat to be able to bring those two things together.
Yeah, that's super amazing. Now, tell me, what's your plans for your future? Are you going to continue singing the anthem, or are you stepping up to maybe the Oshawa Generals?
I don't know yet. Actually somebody from the Uxbridge hockey reached out to me, so I think I'm going to be singing the anthem at some of their games next season as well. But don't worry, this is my home. Stouffville Spirit will always have the place for me in my heart. But I don't know. I would love to do that. I just don't really know how to go about doing that. But
Yeah, you know what? There's ways to reach out, and if we can help you in any way on our end,
oh,
definitely.
that'd be great.
I'd love to hear you singing that anthem for one of my favorite teams, the Oshawa Generals. That's why I brought up the Oshawa Generals. I grew up in that area as well.
Oh, nice.
But you are a mother, as you said. I've actually witnessed an interview with your son Matthew. How
Yeah.
is his drumming going? And I believe you're now a hockey mom.
Yeah, so my oldest son Carter plays hockey, but he's getting so much older. Time just flies. So he just finished his season with the U16 select team for the Stouffville Clippers, and we had a great season. Matthew has been continuing with his drumming and doing pretty well. Um, yeah, so he doesn't really
Your
have much
daughter's
time.
singing at Boston Pizza.
My daughter is following in my footsteps a little bit. She started musical theater this year, so I'm super proud that she enjoys doing that, and she actually wants to get back into hockey as well. So
There
hopefully
you
she can
go.
find the
The
time for
tradition, the
both.
Stouffville tradition.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, where does your sports roots come from? Were your parents, were they into sports? Did they play? Did they perform anywhere?
My dad played sports growing up, like cricket and rugby, soccer. My mom, not really, but as far as music goes, actually, my first cousin um, is or was, I don't know if he still is, but he was the bass player for Sam Smith, the singer. So he was his like main bass player in his band. So that side of my family has some music, uh, I guess, in their bones.
Thank you. Your social media outlets, where can people find your work?
So for my Ruby Tuesday band, we're on Instagram as our main social media, which is at Ruby_Tuesday_music. And then for my own music, I have a TikTok page. It's called Sarah Ranson Music. And it's just kind of me singing in my basement and some odd performances at the Stouffville Market. And
I've
I
listened.
sang, yeah, you like that? Isn't that one?
I do. I liked it very much.
Thank you. So actually, I'm singing Jen and I are singing at the market a couple of times this summer as well.
Yeah, I was
So
going to
looking
ask you,
forward to that.
do you have any other? I know you've. Oh, there's my cat. I
Hello.
know you performed at the Ajax Rib Fest as well. Do you have any bit of a tour that way going?
So we're not doing that Rib Fest this year, but Jen and I are performing at the Old Flame Brewery in Port Perry on the May long weekend on the Saturday afternoon. And then we have a gig at the Rouge River Brewery one in May, one in September. And we have Uxbridge Farmers Market. We have 2 dates there as well. So we have some stuff coming up. It's just hard to coordinate for us because we're both moms and it's summer and her kids play rep baseball in Stouffville. So there's a lot to try and figure out, but we just love to play, and anytime we can do it, we're happy.
That's amazing. Thank you for saying that. Now, I might put you on a bit of a spot, but on the way out here, can you give us a few lines of the national anthem? Set up the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Ottawa Senators with anthem singer Sarah Ranson.
All right. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in our love us command. I'll just do it. Still there.
Thank you so much. That's amazing. And thank you so much for your time here today, Sarah. My name's Ken Judge. Thank you. We're here on Sports Timeout, Ken's Korner podcast, with musician and Stouffville Spirit anthem singer, as you can tell, one heck of a voice, Sarah Ranson. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.